Greetings everyone, Alstar here. Welcome back to Tempest Rising GDF Campaign, insane difficulty. Time for mission 5. Let's hear that from the GDF leader.
There you are. The colonel's predisposed, so he sent you my way. He's not one to show it, but it sounds like you've impressed him. You're being sent to the Alps. Scopes has identified a convoy on approach from the east. We have a column of military bunkers dug into the Alps, and it looks like that's what the Dynasty is looking for. Here is where it gets interesting. There's a point where the road turns north briefly to get through the mountains. You're going to set up an ambush. There's a small satellite base up there that you can use to establish a foothold and build up your forces. Scopes is registering 6 blips on the roads to the south of your location. Don't let them through. You've been cleared for use of GDF aircraft to navigate the mountains. You're welcome for that, by the way. Not all ground forces have anti-air capabilities. I think you'll be able to put our aerial units to good use.
I certainly will. Alright, time for the questions. What are the bunkers for?
These mountain bunkers were excavated shortly before the Third World War. Some of them were even used during... Afterwards, GDF took custody of these bunkers in the Alps, as well as others in the Black Forest, the Apennines, and the Pyrenees. Military command, data centers, science R&D, etc., all deep within the mountains. A formidable natural fortress.
I see. Tell me about the GDF aircraft.
The mainstay of GDF Airborne Arsenal is the Peacekeeper Helo. It's outfitted with front-mounted riot suppression anti-infantry weapons, the same as your riot troopers. It trades lethality for crowd control, first slowing infantry, and then disabling their ability to use weapons. The Peacekeeper also possesses anti-air missiles. Once fired, the missiles will gradually rearm in the air or resupply much faster by returning to an air pad.
Where are the convoys headed?
The convoys will be approaching from the south, 6 of them coming from 3 roads. They're all headed towards this pass in the north. The Dynasty already has some forces hunkered down in the north that they've managed to sneak through. As long as you don't allow the convoys to resupply them, we'll be able to flush them out. That's not your concern, though. Your job is to stop the convoys.
Will do. No further questions.
Glad to hear. You know what you're doing? Get to it. I need to get back to work. And while I shouldn't make a personal appeal here, my R&D labs are inside these bunkers. I would appreciate it immensely if you stopped them. Thank you.
Will do. Will do. Alright, for this mission I do have a setup in mind. Let's go to the doctrines. We do have one point in doctrine, and nothing that we unlock will actually benefit us in this mission. However, I want to work towards that regional networking. On the other hand, I could start putting points in comms, because that will allow my barracks to produce comms. All the buildings and units that produce comms will also get increased health. What I am really looking up for is the manufacturing systems, because all drones would then gain a network status. And I really would like to get this as quickly as possible. So I am on the edge between those two doctrine points, but I think I'm gonna go for the regional networking first. And I will continue to ignore the mobility path completely. As for the armory, we get one more point in the armory. We're gonna unequip the optical enhancement and buy the 30% health upgrade for all air units, since we're gonna be relying on Quellers and Peacekeeper Helos. And I guess that's gonna be it. Let's go for a briefing.
Large numbers of Dynasty forces have been sighted transporting supplies east of the Alps. This activity must cease. 6 convoys are expected to pass through a small mountain path shortly. Deploy an ambush and ensure the convoys do not reach their destination.
Alrighty then. Let's get into the mission. We're gonna be getting some really nice unlocks in this mission, so let's try to use all of them accordingly. Still, my main focus will be primarily on air units.
Battle command uplink initializer. Please stand by.
Okay, this is all I could get you, Commander. There's a defensible outpost up ahead you can use. Escort the MCV and get your base online. SciComm has the coordinates.
We get the MCV for the second time actually. And yes, it can actually omni-crush units. I'm gonna have time of my life with this one. Second unit to unlock, and I absolutely adore, are the Trebuchets, which are, well, siege tanks per se, and I really love any kind of siege tanks. Couple of drone operators, and finally we do also receive couple of riot troopers, which can either throw EMP grenades or just bash enemy infantry in melee combat. Let's grab those guys into according control groups and get going. Goodbye. I will definitely try to just omni-crush everything on my path if possible. But then again, I can definitely use the Trebuchet siege mode to deal with enemies at the longer range. Like right here. Give me the drone operator, please. And get rid of the board tank, please. That's gonna take a while, unfortunately. We can pack up again and get going. MCV will take the lead, try to get rid of all the enemy vehicles on the path. And another one. I can push straight towards the small outpost that we are supposed to be. Hello, sir. Goodbye, sir. Enemy forces are pouring in already. And we got another victim of the MCV. And another two. Now we can return to the base, deploy our Conyard, and start going on with this mission. I'm keeping this Tempest rig alive because I want to capture it, send it over here to gather resources for me. We're not gonna be starved of the resources for this mission, thankfully. Let's send our tanks into specific positions. And deploy our MCV. I think should be fine here.
Primary objective accomplished.
We're gonna deploy second refinery immediately, start the deployment of the storage pod.
Alright, you're going to have to work fast. I'm seeing multiple blips, so expect several convoys on different vectors. There are a lot of twisting paths up in these mountains. It's a lot easier to navigate with aircraft. I'm counting on you, Commander.
The interesting thing in this mission is that the timer for enemy convoys do not start until you eliminate the infantry outpost located here. So you can take your time, as much as you want. I'm gonna deploy another storage pod, which grants
The
me...
enemy convoy will be here any moment. We have to be prepared.
Which grants
It'd be
me...
great if we were able to locate enemy outposts. The convoy should pass by at least one of them, and the enemy will receive additional reinforcements. Queller airplane can attack infantry and vehicles with a long-range laser. Sounds like a perfect choice for this mission.
Thank you very much for the explanation. I forgot what I was supposed to say. So yeah, you can take your time in this mission if you want. I'll try to go for a little bit faster approach. I need vehicle bay for air control tower. That's fine. Let's deploy it over here. Let's deploy our drone operators inside the guard towers. I'm gonna keep you guys over here. How about here? Get everyone inside. We got the Tempest Rig here. Let's pack it up. And deploy it over here where no one will actually do anything to it. Another air control tower is now in preparation. That's good. We're gonna acquire a couple more defenses. We also unlock a Tempest Artillery, which is basically Trebuchet as a tower. And I believe it also does have the network weapon, just like the Trebuchet does. Which has a massive range in case you don't see it. 6.5k on deployment. This also prompts me, I'm gonna need a couple of comm rigs over here. And another refinery right over here. I want to build up defenses over here because this place in this section is not really all that good for defense setup. Let's get our 2 remaining Quellers. And we can start chipping in at the enemy forces. We do have a couple of upgrades that we can buy. The Tempest Pod, for example, for the data core, which allows me to create Trebuchets of my own. I believe we start already with the specialist pod, so we only have riot pod available for the construction. Let's deploy the first comm rig. Second will go over here. Over here as well, we'll start the production of the storage pod. More passive income for the win. We're close to our 6 Quellers that we're gonna need for the first group of enemy forces. There we go. Simple task, eliminate the entire first, then we can handle the rest. We get laser boosts from the doctrines, we get the range from the armory, and the health also from the armory. So Quellers should be good enough for combat. And they also rearm in real time without going to the airpads or airfield. So that's good. I'm gonna need barracks right over here. Oh, I don't have intel for this. Alright, I see. One of our tasks is to destroy the salvage centers, which was deployed right over here, one of them. There's 6 of them on the map. I'm gonna have to find them all. But I will definitely need a couple more airfields to help me out. We can wipe out the Tempest Rig. Back off a little bit. They do seem to be still in range. I'm gonna back off my Quellers. Back to the airpad for a little bit of repairs. And maybe start deploying defenses all over the place. We do get access to comm, officer and sniper. I definitely want both of them on the field. Sniper can go over here, comm officer can probably stay right over here. I'm gonna also sell this barracks, because it's not... Actually, stop. I'm actually making a unit from here. So I'm gonna do it in a second. Another advanced power plant, that's good. Comm deployed just in time. Let's get our Quellers over here to help support the attack, or the defense. Managed to defend, that's good.
Our base is under attack.
On both sides, it seems.
I've got what you need.
I'm gonna empty the field scouts.
I patch you through.
And I guess a couple more defense could also be used over here. It's gonna be F4 hotkey.
Constructing.
Couple laser towers, because why not? And the last comms we can go down here. Although barracks... No, the barracks don't produce the comms because I haven't taken that upgrade. We're gonna go for the Tempest Spot upgrade and 2 more Quellers. And then we'll start by clearing out the first enemy base. Or start by clearing out the second salvage center. There's a lot of mob clearing in this map. I'm gonna have to be very careful with how I actually approach this. One thing I know, we're gonna need a lot of air units.
Unit ready.
Ready for combat. Ready and waiting command.
Alright. Any veterans? 3 of them, that's nice.
Construction complete. Unit ready.
Whatever you need. Roger.
Alright, we're gonna go down here,
Position.
clear out this section,
Structure upgraded. Training.
get our Trebuchets online.
Where's the fire?
We're gonna send them down here to support this flank.
Airborne. Roger. Understood. Targets an enemy. Laser online. Whatever you need. I'll check it out.
I'm gonna back you off to not take any more damage, get rid of the assault gunners,
Ready for combat.
Unit ready.
You got it. Targets an enemy.
and then give you free experience,
Ready and waiting command.
because you deserve it.
Combat. Roger. Spin it up.
How's the situation in the base? Base is doing fine, let's drop a couple more power plants.
Whatever you need.
The rearm is almost complete, so a set of lasers will be fired right now. We can probably get rid of this AA tower.
Construction complete.
There we go.
Painting targets.
Alright, you can clear the rest.
Loud and clear. I have the gun. Deploying. Digging in.
Tempest is deployed. Splendid.
Construction complete.
I guess maybe one more artillery over here should do the trick.
Weather gunship. Solid copy. Getting into position. Guns firing up.
Let's get rid of the salvage center and then head towards the middle.
Laser online.
And in the meanwhile, I guess I can start preparing another set of airfields,
Required.
because we are already on low money.
Construction complete.
That's F8 hotkey, so let's start spamming air pads.
Constructing. Construction complete.
We can sell the barracks.
Solid copy.
We're gonna use all of those air pads for creation of both Quellers and Peacekeeper helos.
Painting targets. You got it.
I also want to get rid of all the power plants available to completely depower
Ownership airborne.
enemy forces.
There's the fire.
And maybe one trebuchet over here.
Training.
Alright, how many slots do I have? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's gonna be 10, 11, 12, 13.
Construction complete.
14. Okay.
Construction complete.
I guess the first team can start chipping out at the enemy outpost.
Standing by. Repositioning.
Construction complete.
Siege munitions. Affirmative command. I have the gun. Placing up. Roger.
Construction complete. Training.
I believe 8 Peacekeeper healers should be a good enough number.
Focusing.
Meanwhile, we can start getting rid of the enemy forces.
Construction complete.
Focus the entire troops first.
Strike now available. Dynasty outpost detected. Locate and destroy the barracks to prevent the enemy from reinforcing the
I'll check
convoy.
it out. Roger.
I'm gonna drop the bomb first.
Our base is under attack.
We are under attack, but we should be able to defend without problem. There we go.
Ready. Training. Unit is under attack. Our base is under attack.
Weather. Ready for combat.
Our base is under attack.
Painted targets. You got it. Laser online.
First salvage center eliminated. Let's get rid of the enemy entire, get rid of the barracks, so we can proceed forward.
Take him out. Spin it up.
Come on, take it out.
Painted targets.
Primary objective accomplished. Additional
The
site.
timer should start right now.
Here's the first convoy, Commander. Take it out. I've wired you up with a communications jammer. It could disable the weapons of enemy vehicles and aircraft.
Understood. Getting into position.
3 minutes for the first convoy. Let's deploy additional defenses.
Constructing.
Although this should be good enough for getting rid of the enemy troops.
Where's the fire?
What I need to do now is to group all of my Peacekeeper helos.
All systems check. All systems check. Kilo standing by.
2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, that's good enough.
Easy light Sunday morning.
Construction complete.
So I guess the rest of that will be Quellers. 6 more Quellers should be good enough.
The altitude. Roger.
Managed to stop the enemy airdrop from happening over here, so that's good. They can back off.
Position.
And in that time,
Solid copy. Getting into
I believe we can start sweeping this base right over here. Locate Dynasty vehicle outpost. We got another objective.
it. I'll check it out.
That one can wait, fortunately.
Laser online. Roger. Getting into position. Understood.
We've got another salvage center that we can eliminate. Splendid.
Weather. Ready for combat. Take him out. Far enough. Moving to engage. Run him down. Take him out. Guns far
Let's focus the power plants as well. Or attempt to completely depower the enemy continues.
You got it.
Additional silos required.
Getting into position. Understood. Roger.
1 minute left. I'm gonna let you actually farm experience
Command.
for now.
Pilot on ship. Gunship airborne. Whatever you need.
All good. All good, I believe.
Roger. Getting into position.
We can sweep the rest of the structures, then return back to base for rearm and proceed with eliminating the first convoy.
Understood. Spin it up. You got it. I'll check it out. Roger. Understood.
Any more Quellers? No, I believe we have everyone.
Trebuchet ready.
8 seconds until the convoy arrives. We got comms jammer, we can use it without problem. Support beacon could be useful as well. I'll consider that for the later convoy.
Enemy convoy approaching.
Lot of infantry. Fortunately, we got our peacekeepers.
Peacekeeper in the air. Easy. Affirmative.
Let's deploy spy drones. I want to gather intel out of everyone right here.
Is under attack.
Go ahead, Commander.
And my defense should handle the rest.
That's confirmed.
That's one down. The next convoy looks to be coming from the northeast.
We can intercept the enemy attack happening right now.
Solid copy. Roger.
Kilo standing by.
Where's the fire?
The second base is over here. That's where the second convoy will arrive. If we let this base stand while the convoy arrives, they'll be reinforced by the large group of troops. And I don't really want that, so we're gonna try to push them immediately.
Understood. Solid copy. I'll check it out. Getting into position. Roger.
You got it.
Pilot on ship.
All systems check. Roger that. Affirmative. Suppressing targets. Sound systems go.
Alright.
Awaiting command.
Oh, I lost a Queller in the meanwhile. Unfortunate. And the second one. I'm just gonna airstrike this place.
Silos required.
Affirmative.
But a large group of power plants here that can strike freely.
Holding altitude.
So we're gonna do exactly that, hoping to depower the enemy base.
Dynasty outpost detected. Locate and destroy the machine shops to prevent the enemy from reinforcing the convoy.
Go ahead, Command. Easy like Sunday morning. You got it.
Enemy base depowered.
Peacekeeper in the air. Go ahead, Command. Sending.
Let's get rid of the enemy anti-air forces.
Unit is under attack.
You got it. Sending pulse.
Gunship airborne.
Kilo standing by. This thing's loud.
And that should be everyone. And I can completely decimate this outpost.
Ready awaiting command. Getting into position. Roger.
Easy. Adjusting position. Wilco. Roger. Easy.
Base is under attack.
Group of enemy forces is coming in. Let's get rid of those troopers.
Go ahead, Command. That's confirmed.
I'll check it out. Moving to engage.
And shut down their production capabilities.
Dynasty outpost detected. Locate and destroy the air factories to prevent the enemy from reinforcing the convoy.
Roger.
Base is
That's another group of enemies that we can eliminate. We're gonna handle this in a second. I lost the turret, it seems. Unfortunate.
Ready for combat. You got it.
We got some elite Quellers in the group, so that's nice.
Solid copy.
And that's a sizable anti-air task force. I'm not planning to get anywhere close to them.
Understood.
Let's see if anyone is left over here.
Roger.
Just a couple of tanks, that's fine.
Painting targets. You got it. I'll check it out. Solid copy.
Training.
Let's add 2 more Quellers because we seem to have lost them, and 1 Peacekeeper Hilo,
Understood.
which also appears to be defeated.
Position. Understood. Laser online. Targeting enemy.
We have another Soviet center over here we can eliminate
Unit ready.
and gain free experience from.
Secondary objective accomplished.
Oh, that was actually every single Soviet center on the map. Didn't even notice.
Roll them down. Guns firing up. I'll check it out. Take
Another
them
power
out.
plant to eliminate.
Solid copy. Roger. You got it. Spin it up.
We're gonna return back to base for rearms and to grab our reinforcements.
Weather gunship. Whatever you need.
It's those two, there we go.
For combat.
All systems check. I'm easy. Holding altitude. Affirmative.
Alright, every team is reinforced, let's wait for the rearm. And start getting rid of this outpost base over here, because I want to set up a support beacon and start spamming defenses to get rid of the final convoy this way.
Fire. Solid copy. Roger. Getting into position.
And I believe I could also spam couple more
Constructing.
of those Tempest artilleries. And additional marking devices, because why not?
Constructing.
Also, a couple more power plants just to handle the
Ready and waiting, command. I'll check it out.
energy output.
Solid copy. Understood.
Construction complete.
You got it.
You got it.
Getting into position.
Another base is over here, it's get protected by a couple of SAM sites. We should be able to easily defeat this.
Solid copy. You got it. Getting into position. I'll check it out. Targeting enemy.
Construction complete.
Understood. Fantastic.
Enemy Machinist, which is enemy I believe ED Tempest version of the comms officer.
Second convoy located, Commander. Don't let it through.
I'm gonna deploy drones in a second and maybe reinforce.
Getting into position. Roger. I'll check it out. Laser online. You got it. Whatever you need. Solid copy. Roger.
Back off a little bit, actually go back for repairs.
All systems.
All helos, you're doing fine.
Roger that. Affirmative. Roger.
Let's get our spy drones online.
Construction complete. Unit is under attack.
Queller, ready for combat.
Go ahead, command.
Alright. Let's see the artillery mess this up completely. Well, mess them up completely. Beautiful sight, if I have to say so. But I will have to get rid of the final rig using the Quellers.
Check it out. Roger. Painting targets.
Primary objective accomplished.
Solid copy. You got it.
Go ahead, command.
Now I have 7 minutes of preparation for the final convoy. We have already managed to,
Where's the fire?
well, liberate part of the base, I say.
Understood. Solid copy.
So let's clear out the rest.
Peacekeeper in the air. Rockets away.
We can also use our Peacekeeper helos to get rid of enemy troops.
Focusing.
But first things first, Air Factory has to be eliminated.
Secondary objective accomplished.
Targeting enemy. Painting targets. Laser online. Roger.
There we have it.
Getting into position. I'll check it out.
Okay, so let's deploy support beacon. Power plant and defenses, we're gonna go and F6. Okay, I can't place more. I was gonna have to wait for now. In the meanwhile, we can start eliminating the remaining power plants on the map.
Construction complete.
Will go.
And deploy additional power plants as well,
Constructing.
of my own.
Additional silos required.
There's only one base remaining. It's right over here.
Targeting enemy.
Construction complete.
Let's try to
Getting into position. Ship airborne.
Construction complete.
lure them out into an airstrike. And I lost a Queller. Come on, boys.
Construction complete.
I know you want to attack.
Unit lost.
That was beautiful.
Solid copy.
And I believe that actually, no, never mind. It didn't actually eliminate all of the forces. Although I could just use Comm Jammer. There we go.
Painting targets. Laser online. Targeting enemy. Painting targets.
No, I'm just gonna end up losing every single air unit on the map.
I'll check it out.
Unit lost.
I'll check it out.
Let's quickly rebuild our air force.
Training.
I didn't expect to actually see this entire group of units. Usually they should be already on the way to my base to be dismantled. But I guess here we are.
Construction complete. Constructing.
Couple more power plants, couple more defenses.
Unit ready.
I could use a comms rig.
Where's the fire?
Is the path actually clear?
Morning. Adjusting position. Does it confirm?
Construction complete.
Not really.
Focusing.
I'm easy. You got it. Roger that.
But I guess I will send you right over here towards this base.
Holding altitude.
Getting into position.
You can also destroy the gate because I can't pass through it.
Construction complete.
Queller gunship.
Unit ready.
Okay, you can go back.
Training. Unit is under attack.
Go ahead, command. Easy like Sunday morning. I'm easy.
Comms rig. Picking you up. Heading out. On. Servicing uplink.
We're gonna deploy you right over here for now.
Ready and waiting command. Gunship airborne. Whatever you need. Where's the fire?
Now I want to select only Quellers, thank you.
Insufficient funds.
Ready and waiting command. Gunship airborne.
Unit ready.
Queller gunship. Understood.
Alright,
Got it.
is that everyone? Yeah, that's everyone.
Getting into position.
We're gonna make attempt 2 at breaching into the enemy base, I guess.
Construction complete.
Whatever you need.
Affirmative.
Peacekeeper helos is gonna wait on standby over here.
Ready for combat.
I could utilize support beacon to help out my Quellers
I'll check
as well. And also mark the enemies.
Solid copy. Understood. Roger.
Construction complete.
First things first. What's happening over here?
Unit is under attack.
Lots of enemies. That's what is happening.
Ready and waiting command. I'll check it out. Targeting enemy. You got it. Understood. Solid copy.
Can we lure them out? At least tiny bit. Well, it is possible. But I guess I repowered the enemy base by destroying those buildings. I'm gonna go back and just wait for the last enemy group. For some reason they're just sitting inside the base instead of going for the attack, so there's nothing very much I can do. I could just possibly Tempest airstrike them, because why not? Maybe a couple more towers. Repairs are underway.
Construction complete.
Everyone good? We can go back and support the final defense against the convoy. But for a good measure,
Construction complete.
I'm just gonna Tempest airstrike this section because they are way too annoying. Look at them. All those missile troopers, all those assault gunners.
Construction complete. Primary objective accomplished.
Beautiful. Large group of enemies is coming in, including some of their siege, flying siege units. Let's be careful, set up accordingly.
Unit is under attack.
There we go, that's the first leveler.
Roger that. Adjusting position. Peacekeeper in the air. Easy. Roger.
Eliminate it. And the artillery should handle the rest. Well, I can just finish this off with Quellers.
That's it. The convoys have been destroyed. Thank you for your assistance, Commander. Greatly appreciated.
And that's going to be it for the mission. As I mentioned, we get a couple of upgrades, thanks to which it's very difficult to lose this, including the infinite money from the refineries. As a reward, we do receive 2 armory points, not 1 this time, 1 doctrine point, 1.7k of requisition. So all the goodies that will be very helpful in the next mission. But that is going to be it for today. So thanks to you everyone for watching, like, share, comment, subscribe, and see you guys soon for a little bit more of Tempest Rising. I believe it's time for a covert mission.